Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. How are you? This is Brother Jose. This is Brother Jose in the building. Try and just. This is Brother Jose. This is Brother Jose in the building. I am doing a part two to the live before the last one I did, right? So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let me share my screen. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Right. I'm going to see. Give me a second. Let me see if I could get a better screen layout. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Trying to see. When you go this way, you only have a certain. So let's see. Before I start to lose it, huh. Let's see. Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's go ahead. Going to page 4. We will explore how these ancient Africans used Kepler to overcome the previously mentioned illogical and problematic aspect of the Aamu Asiatic worldview. The Reku, the ones who know of kemet thousands of years before Charles Darwin defined the various cycles of growth and transformation that occur in nature as processes of evolution, noted and described these multiple cycles of growth and transformation as Kepler. For these ancient Africans, Kepler was the central theme to express their understanding of a significant concept concerning the nature of reality, how all that how all that be came to be. Kepler's representation of the concepts of transformation, change, and existence, Obenga 63, became essential in expressing how reality, all that be, came into being and continues to be, Montgomery 9. Thus, understanding the functioning of Kepler as based on the text is vital. However, before we explore the various forms and dimensions of Kepler, we will explore some of the problems with some aspects of how evolution describes the nature of reality in terms of progression, growth, and development. These definitions from Merriam-Webster.com show evolution's problem when used to express concepts of growth and development. Evolution. C1. Process of continuous change from a lower, simpler, or worse to a higher, more complex or better state. Growth. Definition to a process of gradual or relatively peaceful social, political, economic advance. www.mywebsite.com. These definitions are one dimensional, from simple to complex, from worse to a higher, more complex or better state. Right. So that well, we'll go over the footnotes later. One direction of growth is not an accurate description of how reality unfolds. On top of that, the terms simple, complex, and advanced are very subjective. Reality does not continue to transform from simple to advanced, nor from worse to better, just in terms of life. In almost all species that one can think of over time by way of growth, it evolves into a point where it begins to transform into a degenerative physical state that eventually leads to death. Well, alrighty then. He's saying all things die, basically, to simplify some of what's being said here. right? Kepler, to change, transform, and grow is a law, like gravity, the object, the orbit of the sun, and transformation coming to be as laws because they are immutable. That law to change, transform, and grow is socially constructed through adjectives representing how the principle slash law is culturally experienced, viewed, and understood. These adjectives are not inherent aspects of change and transformation. They are human descriptions of how change and transformation are felt and experienced. Another problematic aspect is psychological. This view of evolution that reality transforms from better to worse has caused too many to wrongfully assume that all aspects and dimensions of the past, such as human intellect and culture, were less developed than the present. Okay, so he's saying here that when we're dealing with change, there's a psychological problem, right? That the reality transform the view, right? The view that this view of reality of evolution that reality transforms from better to worse has caused too many to wrongfully assume that all aspects and dimensions of the past, such as human intellect and culture, were less developed than the present. Right. So he's saying because of the mentality that we have about evolution and transformation and these different things, we think that right. Because it was in the past, it was less developed because it was in the past. And that's not necessarily, I guess he's disagreeing with that. In the Aamu worldview, any concept or thing labeled modern means better than the previous. Now, when he's saying Aamu, we know Aamu is, well, Aamu, they translate that as, Asiatics. Right. Labeled modern means better. Under the idea of modernity, too many fail to see how the Aamu or Eurasian technology has allowed European Cartesian split brain thinkers to poison the environment, alienate humans from nature, and enable the rapid erosion of social interaction. Kepler as transformation, growth, and change does not include such problematic, subjective, hierarchical ideas that promote living under the midst of white supremacy and thus is a more accurate representation of the nature of reality. Kepler is a more sophisticated, simple, but complex manner to describe how all that came to be and continues to be. We would use two Kemetic books to obtain information. Kepler the first, it says, Madat Neat Rek Kepler Nura Kor Apep. The Book of Knowing, the Transformation of Ra and Overcoming Apep. Obenga 6061. The translation of these books are from two sources. One is Egyptologist Nana Theophile Benga's book, African Philosophy, the Pharaonic Period, 2780 to 33 BC. Ong, 2004. Other translations are from Akindi Baba Banachi's book, All the Transformations of Ra. Lulu.com, 2007. The second title is Sesh Ni Ad Per Amen, Treatise of the Hidden Regions. The two books illustrate the various concepts that express these ancient Africans' comprehension of a simple aspect of the nature of reality, how that all that be came to be and continues to be. They use various forms of Kepler to precisely explain the oneness and consubstantial essence of the nature of reality in words and images. These ancient Africans describe the fundamental understanding of how all that be came to be through their beautiful picture language, Medu Nature, which I translate as words of nature. This language pictorially illustrates one aspect of the worldwide view very plainly. They viewed life, reality, and existence as one source. The first half of the title from the first book, the Book of the Knowing of the Transformations of Ra, deals with the ways and manifestation of Ra, sun existence, such as how all that be came to be. The next part of the title, Sakor Apep, in terms of grammar, is a causative construction. It translates as causing the overthrowing of a pep. In the text, the term Apep is often imaged as a serpent, War Button 68, representing opposition to Ra's journey to rebirth. Thus, another possible translation is the book of knowing the ways and means of coming into the being of Ra, existence, and how to overthrow the opposition to this process. Right. So I think I'm gonna leave you guys there because that seems like a good cliffhanger for you guys to make you guys want to come back later. So have a blessed and wonderful day.